Are you new to the sport of obstacle course racing? Prepare to be blown away. The OCR World Series is 90 kilometres of pure physical and mental challenge. And we've got the best of the best to enjoy.
So welcome to the OCR Series World Finals. Welcome to all the athletes, obviously, quite a few athletes amongst us here.
The pre-race briefing and press conference was well attended, and lots of eager anticipation and some gentle flossing as well. Think mud, think water, think heights and weights, and of course think about the dreaded penalties. Well, the men's race started the proceedings off. 200 participants in this one, looking to win the title. A title everybody wanted to win. And away they go. Through the mud. Through the water as the field immediately starts to string out. But already we can see amongst the leaders some of the tournament favourites here, looking to lift the world title. Onto the dragon rope. Climbing the rope and having to ring that bell to signify the finish. Plenty of hard running to be done on a largely flat course, with some notable exceptions, as you will see. Not all about speed. The balance bars requires real concentration. If you fall off, you're in big trouble. Off into the forest. As you can see, some gaps starting to open up even in the early stages here. Now the hammer banger. It's all about what it says on the packet. You've got to move that log right to the end. Away they go again. That's Thibaut Deboucher.
Hello, I'm Thibaut Deboucher. I'm from Belgium. I live in Limburg. So I did a triathlon for a few years, and I began OCR because I love the obstacles and the variation of running with obstacles. And that's my part for OCR. I was European champion last year in Frankfurt. So this is my biggest prestation, my biggest result.
Thibaut certainly amongst the favourites as they go through the mud trenches here. You can hear the heavy breathing. The athletes are putting in plenty of effort, and so are our cameramen following the action. There's the leaderboard after just over 40 minutes. Thomas Bühler in the lead, Matthias Grauter in second place, and Thibaut, well, he's third at the moment. Out to the mud trenches, and approaching now Langhus, climbing the wall, using the rope, and on towards one of Strong Viking's iconic tests, carrying the shield and the hammer. Through the water, a 400-metre course, and that shield and that hammer, well, they're mighty heavy, I can assure you. Now onto the Brothers Hill with the water as well. The rope will get even slippier as the day wears on. Successfully over that one. And here goes Thibaut in hot pursuit. Plunging into the water, cooling down those limbs as they go, and into one of the swims. Real test of courage, of strength, of endurance, in this mind over matter event. Now this is Eva's walk. Ankles strapped together with that large elastic band. On it goes over the running shoes. And now onto the monkey snakes. Drying off the hands as best he can. Good technique there being shown. Showing real strength. Rings the bell to say that he's finished the obstacle, and away he goes again. Now Thibaut again on the monkey snake. And the third man there falling off as we move forward again to the Atlas stones. Each stone heavier than the last. It has to be lifted over the bar, as you can see there. Up it goes. And the lighter men really struggle with this test. They're built more for speed, perhaps, than strength. As you can see, it's a big lift. It's a real struggle. Pulling all that concentration together here. Oh, you feel for him, don't you? Just lifting it high enough to drop it over the bar. And away he goes again. Now the Viking dips. Thomas Bowler there, the leader, showing good form all the way to the end. And off he goes. Now the Storm the Castle. Let's have a look at this one in graphic form for you. This obstacle is 12.5 metres wide, 3.5 metres high, and to get there in the first place, there's a 10-metre approach run as well, and you need to get right to the very top. Storm the Castle, one of the athletes' favourites. Making it look easy there is Thibaut Deboucher. German Grauter just behind him, doing well there. And that's how they stand at the moment. With Bühler on top, followed by fellow Belgian Thibaut Deboucher. German Matthias Grauter currently in third. And now on to the fjord drop. Look at the height of that, and look at the splash as well. No marks for artistic impression, but a good carry there and into the water. You need to be brave to take that one on. And once again, we're into a water section of the course. And out on the other side await the wheels of steel. Top three just closing up a little here. They're able to hear and feel the breath. Thibaut just 5 metres or so behind now. The lead indeed does look a particularly fragile one at this point in time. Pulling yourself through those tunnels, not easy at all. They move as you go along, out on the other side through the water. And up and off towards the dragon tails. A little glance over the shoulder. Oh, he's got stuck. He's not carrying too much weight, is he, as you can see, but he got stuck there for a moment and precious seconds lost. And hauling himself up out of the water using that slippery rope there. And Thibaut gives chase. Now on the dragon tails through the trees. Not easy getting caught up on the trees here. And the lead is about to change hands here, I think. And it's Thibaut Deboucher who's making really good progress here. And off they go into the area known as the muddy trees. Behind them, still going through the trees on that rope, the following pack. Wading through the water and the mud there, through the trees. See just how close and how competitive it is. Hauling themselves up. Real strength here. Every muscle is telling you to stop. But there's no stopping these guys. Almost a slip there, that would have been expensive. Now through the farmer's crossing. No time to stop for a glass of milk though. Through the cow pens. And out into the sunshine. And next up, it's the weighted sled pull. And each of the runners here have to pull that weighted sled a full 10 metres. Calls for huge effort, strength, and of course the all-important technique. And on to Ironside, heavy duty bling this one. Around the neck and away. Thibaut next up at the jewellery store. Just slowing you down a little bit there was Dubuchet. That's Thomas Buell. And on now to a variation of Gunner's rope. More work for those tired shoulder and biceps on this one.
Oh, fuck it! Penalty!
And of course, if you fall off, you have to take a penalty. And this is going to be the tiger crawl. And this is really hard, particularly when you have to take into consideration the disappointment of having failed initially. Strength sapping work for arms and legs. And another mental challenge. He's done well though to keep his form going here. He won't be the only one who takes a penalty on that one, I suspect. He's done the penalty, time served, out of the penalty area he goes. And this is the throwing the hammer. Target golf meets darts for Vikings. And now the weaver. Weaving themselves through, first over, then under. Very muddy underfoot. Here's Thibaut back at the hammer. He has to hit it first time. That'll take another penalty. And this is Alexander Struik on the weaver, finding life pretty tough, the Dutchman here. But he's up and over and out the other side. Here's the penalty. The dreaded burpees. You've all tried these, but perhaps not after you've run 8 or 9 kilometres through the mud. And again, throwing the hammer, proving difficulty.
One more, come on. Go,
Dubuchet going through the burpees. He's taken the penalty, and off he goes. Now measured here. Oh, good technique.
That's the hammer, lay down.
And that's the German athlete there, hitting the target.
Hi, I'm Stefan Roma from Italy. My best result in OCR are I have won the age group 25-29 at World Championship. I do OCR because it's the best sport in the world. It's complete and it's stronger the spirit, the soul.
Well, it certainly is testing the soul there. Well said by Stefano Colombo from Italy. Now the strong wall, using that gap in the wall to pull themselves up and over. Huge determination. This is certainly not a sport for the weakling. So another weighty challenge coming up. This is Thor's Odyssey, and that sandbag around the shoulders as they take on the hill. You thought Holland was a flat country, didn't you? Well, think again. This used to be a ski training resort. Up he goes. And the hardest thing of all is when you think you've got to get to the top, there's another hill behind. I think that's our cameraman you can hear. Tough work being a cameraman. One of the cruelest challenges of all, this one. And no surprise there, a little look over the shoulder to see what the gap is. Thomas Buller there just looking back, not in anger, but in hope the gap is opening. And down the other side. And that weight around the shoulders is a heavy one. Good form there from Dubuchet, the Belgian. This is the swing over the wall. Use the rope to climb up and use the technique then to swing over the top. Number 60 there is Matthias Grauter, the German. Very fine athlete indeed, and you can see just how close he is now to Thibaut Dubuchet. Now this is a good one, Thor's Lightning. if that triangle hits the wire, you get a electric shock going through the system. But it seems to be the athletes are prepared to take the shock and move on without even a flinch. So there's the standings after almost an hour and a half. Only seconds between them. Now, the castle wall. What sort of Machiavellian mind produced this challenge, I wonder? Moving plates of steel, asking for strong grips and sure footwork as well. Panels are hanging loose, so they wobble and they can tip you off. And the Germans gained an advantage here and moves ahead of Dubuchau's, having some difficulty on the hanging wall. And he sets off now in hot pursuit and on towards the next challenge, raising the sail, raising a weight to the top bar using a rope. Matthias Grauter, 35 years of age, 3 times German duathlon champion. It's muddy out there, as you can see. Very good for the skin, they tell me. Grauter's away. Now, the Iceman. You can see the lumps of ice on the top there. That's mightily cold. Through they go. This is one that nobody enjoys. And again, just watch how close they're getting here. This is going to be a fantastic finish. At the midpoint, they are completely submerged in the freezing water. Let's look at the standings after the Iceman. Grauter leads, followed by Bühler, Debouchet, Chechla and Lagostera in 5th place. Now onto the low rig. Looking very, very fragile, the grip there on the obstacle. Nobody wants to fall here. Can he keep the strength going? The low rig, a real test here. Test of resilience as much as anything else. Another great mental challenge. Plenty of interest around this obstacle. Can he get there? Thibaut making good ground up here. Hanging on for grim death. He's almost at the end. There's the bell that they have to ring. It'll be a long reach for the bell. He's made it. Never has he been happier to hear a bell ringing. Great drama here on the low rig. Again, the bell sounds and Grauter moves away. Now, Ivar's walk we saw earlier in the competition. This is another variation on it, this time with a weight as well. Well, that's a little bit different, isn't it?
Jump, jump.
I think the idea is it has to be a kangaroo hop. Some elastic seems to be longer than others. That's Bühler on the left and Thibaut Dubuchet on the right. Grauter back in 3rd place now. Underneath the barbed wire. Yes, I said barbed wire. Really tough challenge, this one. Almost getting snagged up on the barbed wire there was Thibaut Dubuchet. And now with that weight, it's over and over. The Weaver again, but this time no over and under, over and over. Weights taken first, then the athlete follows. You can see just how much the effort is draining these very strong men here. It takes a hard man to take on the Viking challenges. More than a marathon. These guys can all do a marathon, but a marathon runner couldn't even begin to do this. Neck and neck they are. Two Belgians there struggling for supremacy. Test of physical strength, test of mental strength as well. The bell awaits. Still pretty much neck and neck. Problems here. And on towards the last group of challenges. But what challenges they are. The flying monkey. What a challenge to put in towards the end here. You have to admire the strength and determination of these men here. As you can see, it's pretty much neck and neck and no room for error. Just making the bell there in time. Good firm grip there required. Next up, the pipeline. Those arms are going to be mightily tired. Dubucher rings the bell and just gathers himself there, a little puff of the cheeks. Thibaut, as we can see there, moving onto the wheels while Thomas Bühler is still on the pipes. And what Thibaut is doing here is pure gymnastics, great technique. And Bühler knows that this one's going away from him here. He's missed it, and he'll take a penalty here. And the leader moves on to the salmon ladder. And how about this for a penalty? Carrying a huge vat of water. There's the salmon lead. My goodness, that's a hard one. And even our leader has to take a penalty for that one. That's a real test, isn't it? Right at the end. There's the penalty being served. Dead weight of a can of water. The burpee is the penalty. Now, Bühler now on the salmon leap. Can he do any better? Counting the burpees and away towards the finishing line here. Goes Dubucher. He acknowledges the fact he's got a winning lead here. Hauls himself up over the wall. That's one step. While Haller's steps, the traditional finish. And Dubucher makes it to the top and takes the applause and the adulation. It was his title to lose, but he's won it again. What a man, what an athlete, what a strong Viking. And Grauter is on his way, but can he hang on here? I rather doubt it, no. He takes a penalty drop. Bühler now clear in second. Up onto the steps and takes the congratulations and the high fives on offer for him there. Luis Barbie Lagosta in fourth place, making good headway here. Wonderful technique. He's missed out the penalties. Slow and steady. He's not far behind Grauter now, who's had to take the penalty. And Lagosta moves away in third place. Lagosta on this salmon climb here. Huge strength for the man and great technique. Can he make it? Can he be the first to do it? Yes, he can. The flag goes up and he's allowed to continue. Slap on the back. He's now in third place. He's on the podium. And he doesn't look like he's going to let that podium place go anytime soon, does he? Great technique, great strength, and a strong finish from the Spaniard. Takes the bronze medals and third place here. And you can see just how much that means to him. Well, let's have a look at the rankings at the end of the race here. Here we go. Thibaut Dubucher holds on to the title. Bühler in second place. Lagosta pipping Grauter right at the death. It's a cruel sport. Let's hear from the winner.
I can say it's heavier than last year. It took a lot of courage to come back to the first place. A bit of luck because Matthias Grauter came up and I could follow him for 1.5K against very high speed. And yes, it's so amazing to finish as first place and so big and so heavy event.
The women's competition started just a few minutes behind the men, and here they are stepping into the Iceman Challenge. The leader there, last year's winner, Kochimova from the Czech Republic. Not a great fan of the Iceman Challenge, that girl. In fact, none of them are.
Hello, my my name is Susanna Kurkov. I'm from Czech Republic. My best results, I think, second time world champion in a Spartan race. I have won a European Championship in OCR here 2 years ago, and OCR World Final series last year. And I like OCR races because there is a lot of fun. It's not only about running. You have not much time for boring on the track, and here is still something new, and you can use or you must use all your body. This is different from other sports, maybe except cross-country skiing.
Well, with that sort of pedigree, she's certainly amongst the favourites to keep the title. And one of her close challenges there on the far side of the picture, the blonde girl, Lisanne de Vries from the Netherlands, might run her close. Showing good form here, she totally submerges herself in the icy water, and away she goes towards the closing stages. And here are the rankings after the ice bath. Kochumova in the lead, de Vries close behind in second, Bungard in third. And on the low rig, again, real strength as well as technique being called for here. Almost getting the leg tangled up in those low bars and rings. The bell is rung though, and away she moves with a good-looking 4-minute lead.
So we believe she's got 4 minutes lead over second place. Come on, Susanna, give her a round of applause.
Hello, my name is Lisanne de Vries. I'm from the Netherlands. My highest results is the European Championship that I have won last year. And it's a very beautiful sport, exciting, and try it.
Well, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and you don't look too beautiful when you're moving through the mud underneath the barbed wire. Oh, and by the way, you're dragging behind you a weighted sack of wet sand. Great effort there from the leader. And there's the German girl in third place at the moment. That's Corina Bungart. Just getting a little bit of a tangle there. Onto the pegboard now. There's the leader. Just struggling a little bit here, and she drops off, and she'll have to take a penalty, which will be carrying the dreaded weighted sack of sand again. Lisanne is on the normal route, but Zana is on a penalty lap, and the gap just closes a little. Kochumova can move on to the final obstacles though now. Here she is. And de Vries, well, she's on the pegboard. Hanging on for grim death here. Rings the bell and moves away. Well done, de Vries, making it there, still in second. Kochumova, well, she's missed out on the flying monkey and takes the penalty, but is now on the pipeline. And the lead looks a winning one here. De Vries just coming up on the flying monkey herself here. Kochumova on the pipeline, and de Vries on the flying monkey, and oh, she drops off, and she'll take a penalty, and that might be enough to settle it for Kochumova here. De Vries goes away, and Kochumova misses out on the wheels. Hardly surprising, that's a really tough test. And there's de Vries on the penalty battle ropes, a rope in each hand.
Let's go, here we go.
Oh, another drop there. Another penalty to be served. And off she goes towards the penalty area. It's the burpees again. And here's de Vries. Just see her gathering herself there. Can she hang on? Oh, she goes for the bell and makes it. And the burpees still being carried out here, the penalty. And if de Vries can get the wheels right, well, she's still got a chance, but oh, she didn't really get out of the blocks there, did she? She dropped straight away, and again has to take the penalty, carrying the tank of water. Up it goes, And away she goes, and with it perhaps the hopes as the leader comes towards the last challenge, the Valhalla. All she's got to do is get to the top and the title will be hers again. Did I say all she's got to do? She's really struggling here. She's so tired. She's got her leg up on the top of the first step this time. Can she haul herself up? Gathering herself every bit of courage and strength. She rolls onto the top. The title now within her grasp. 2 more steps to go. Up she goes again. She can almost touch the winner's title and check now. The last little step for her, and she makes it to the top rung, and the title is hers again. What a performance, what a champion. She takes the Czech flag, she takes the hug on offer. What she needs now is the hot shower. There's our champion. And behind it, De Vries still going through the penalty burpees here and chasing it. It's Bungart from Germany running third. And under pressure herself from Green Janssen of the Netherlands.
You got this, girl. You got this, girl.
De Vries.
Think of your kids.
Courage to gather it all together and makes it and takes a deserved second place here. And she's cramped up right at the end. My goodness, she's left nothing down there at all on the course. She's put it all in and takes the second prize. Now the race for third, probably settle there with Janssen dropping off, and Bungart is going to finish third here. Again, you can see she's almost all in here. The third place awaits her, and she gets over the line, presses the red button and takes the third. What a race. So confirmation of the finishing places. Kochimova again, the champion. Then De Vries, then Bungart. Janssen misses out in fourth place, just ahead of Popova.
Was there any point that you thought, I don't know if I've got enough of a lead?
You never know if you will win, because here at the last part with low rig, pins, flying monkey, wheels and salmon leather, when you fail, you will have maybe 7 minutes penalty, maybe more, and it's not possible to be such a good runner to be here 10 minutes before the second one. Yeah? So it's every time open till the end. But I hope that when I have 4 or 5 minutes, it will be enough, and it was.
Ladies and gentlemen, give a massive round of applause. Your World Finals females. Karina from Germany, Lisan from Netherlands, and Susanna from the Czech Republic. Well done, ladies. Oh, I must tell you as well that the World Female Finals, the first place was Susanna Kurkov, and she won it last year. And it seems to be the same again. So male first, it's the same. It's Deja Vu from Belgium, Thibault Depuchery. Where is he? There he is. Well done, sir. So top female, top male, same again this year. Come on, you youngins, it's time to beat them. So, ladies and gentlemen, your top 3 males. We have Louis, Thomas and Thibault.
Well, thank you for watching the OCR World Finals, and we hope to see you next year for a whole new series.